African Union has condemned acts of reported ill treatment towards African nationals in Ukraine. In a statement late Monday, the Pan-African body had this to say: all people have the right to cross international borders during conflict, and as such should enjoy the exact same right to cross to safety from the conflict in Ukraine, notwithstanding, not even withstanding their nationality or racial identity. The exact words from the African Union. Reports shared by African nationals, most of them being circulated online, say, and mostly by students, have accused Ukrainian security forces of stopping them from boarding trains headed to the border regions. Videos shared on social media also showed Ukrainian border forces pushing African nationals as they attempt to leave Ukraine. The African Union has described these treatments as unacceptable and a breach to international law. Joining us to discuss this is GEAR's Executive Director, McDonald Chipenzi. Many thanks for joining the program, Chipenzi. The Governance, Election, Advocacy Research Services, which is GEAR's initiative, Zambia, I'm pretty sure is also looking at getting Zambians and other Africans out of the country. Can you tell us what the organization is doing for Africans, especially those that have been affected by the Russian invasion? What's your organization trying to make out of all of it?
Thank you so much, comrade.
Chipenzi, are you still with us? All right, I think we might be having a little technical glitch right there. We are looking at the Russian-Ukraine war and how it affects Africans right now. And we have a guest, Chipenzi, all the way from Zambia, talking about how his initiative gears, what they make of the entire situation and what really needs to be done to evacuate Africans. Chipenzi, are you still with us? Please go ahead.
Yes, I am. Yes, I think the Ukrainian-Russian situation is extremely, very, very sad, and really something that should have been avoided, especially in this time and era, in the new millennium, in the second millennium, where wars are not really the option to any misunderstandings that may actually erupt among us, between us, and indeed between our brothers. So what is happening in Ukraine is extremely, very, very disturbing. And also that a big power, a superpower, would invade a small country like Ukraine for one or the other reasons. I think for us, that is what is clearly making sad readings. And the response from the world has not been very, very encouraging, in the sense that there has been too much talk than actions, and lives are being lost. People, democratic spaces are being shrunk. Media spaces are being curtailed.
Okay, we seem to have a little issue with Chipenzi's connection right there. Hopefully he joins us soon. So, Oluchi, he's looking at the fact that what GEARS is doing to ensure that Africans are equally looked upon. But Chipenzi, if you're still there and if you can hear us, well, let's look at the next question quickly for you. I was willing to ask, according to the African Union, Africans are not being allowed to seek refuge in neighboring countries. Could this be as a result of conscripting them, now the male, into Ukraine in helping the fight? All right, Chipenzi seems to be a very poor network day today on a Thursday, but hopefully he gets to join us. But we need to move on. But that's a story. That's one of the top stories coming out of the reports, especially emanating from Ukraine and Russia, concerning the fact that a lot of Africans are not being allowed to leave. And we hear that if you're from 16 to 68, of course, that story was made known outside there, but you may be conscripted. And a lot of Africans are already volunteering. And that's one question I would really love to ask Chipenzi. Chipenzi, if you're back, and I'd love to ask you quickly, what do you make of the fact that Africans are indeed not willing to come back home, but are volunteering to engage in this fight, this war especially standing with Ukraine?
Well, I mean, again, it's sad to read. Those scenarios where Africans are being discriminated against, racism is being applied, and when we are supposed to treat each one of us as a human being who is supposed to be evacuated when there is that dire need to be evacuated. I think the Ukrainian authorities and those countries that where Africans are supposed to run to, where those who are affected are supposed to run to, must appreciate that what they are doing is to save a human life and not to save an African life. I think that could be very, very wrong to start treating those who are seeking refugee on account of their color, on account of their continent, on account of their tribe, or indeed affiliation. I think that would be very, very wrong. And want to appeal to the international community that let them ensure that all those that are seeking refugee, running away from the war, and a senseless war for that matter, in Ukraine, must be allowed to cross and find some kind of refugee in their own country. If they can allow those people of their own color, why should they not allow the Africans also, as they are also human beings just like any one of us? So we really want to appreciate the fact that all those involved should take into the interest of every human being, and not only because I'm white, because I'm ready.
All right. Thank you so much. We'd like to go on with you. I'm talking about Chipenzi, who joins us all the way from Zambia. But we look forward to have you again to discuss this further.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.